Okay, so the big question, how long should your resume be? Should it be 1 page? Should it be 2 pages? And then I think kind of on top of that, it's like, how many bullet points should you put for each position as well?
Yeah, great question. So you might not like my answer, but I don't personally. I don't have a preference over 1 or 2 page resumes, even if a person has like a lengthier career and multiple roles and the content to back it up. I don't even care if it's 3 pages or even 4 pages. Obviously,
Wow.
there can be a limit sometimes. I think like I don't know exactly what that limit is, but it's more cumbersome and a lot more time consuming to read and review a resume that's 4 or 5, 6 pages long. So I probably wouldn't go too far beyond like 3 or 4 pages, and that would be for a very very experienced kind of senior level person. But I think for kind of more junior folks, intermediate folks, entry level folks, I could care less if it's 1 or 2 pages. It's really more about the content. And I keep coming back to this, and what I mean by that is the content that you're displaying directly relevant to the job and organization that you're applying to. So that's kind of what I always look for. A great way to kind of, I guess, assess this as a candidate before applying for a job is take the job description in one hand or on one monitor or whatever, and then your resume in the other, and look at them both and see if you can kind of match up a significant number of keywords or kind of statements or skills, experiences that are being sought after in the job description. And if you don't have those things on your resume, try to find a way to work them in. And I'm definitely not advocating for lying or misrepresenting anyone's experience, because you will always be caught as a candidate later on in the process or when you first start the job. So it's never a good way to go. But what I mean is look at the job description, pick out those important keywords, those top skills and experiences that the company is looking for, and then think about, just through self-reflection, how can you represent or include these kinds of like common keywords, common language, things like that into your experience and your resume, your bullet points, your skills, everything like that. And there's a variety of different sections, of course, in your resume that you can kind of work all of these different pieces into. So that's really the most important thing to me is the content really directly relevant and beneficial to kind of presenting and selling yourself for the role at hand. So yeah, there are other recruiters that view it differently. I know some recruiters that want 1 page, some recruiters that are okay with 2 pages. Again, I don't have a personal preference, so it's really just, I think the thing that all recruiters can agree on is the content matters most. And I apologize. I just remembered Robin had asked one other question about the number of bullet points in each experience as well. So I can touch on that briefly. I think I would say probably between 3 to 5 bullet points is my preference for each experience. And I'm a little bit OCD, so I like to see consistency. So I like to see the same number of bullet points for each experience, or where the exception is that you can have maybe more bullet points, maybe 5 bullet points on your current or most recent job, and then maybe cut it down to 3 on each of your prior experiences or something like that. And again, that's a way to save space. It's a way to show kind of that your most recent or current experience is probably the most directly relevant or most transferable to the role you're applying to as well. And the thing to note, especially for people that might be new graduates or early on in their career, is once you graduate university and land your first job, your education basically doesn't matter anymore, which is a sad reality. But it's all, the business world sort of operates in the mentality of kind of like, what have you done for me lately? So it's all about what your most recent experiences, most recent accomplishments, most recent skills, most recent learnings. So that's usually where the wider or I guess heavier weight will be placed by a recruiter or hiring leader or any organization. So that's kind of how I think about how to structure the bullet points and the amount of content in each of your experiences as well.